It is Tuesday, November 6th, my cats and kittens, which means it is election day. Yes, it is. It is election day. Every 4 years, this day rolls around, and we are incumbent to actually get up early in the morning, pack ourselves off to your local church or grade school or middle school, stand in line for a little while, and then you walk up to that weird little booth and with either pencil or touchscreen in hand, exercise your right as a free citizen of the United States of America, make your voice heard, and make your choice for how you want to be governed for the next 4 years. Now, a lot of youngins out there don't really understand this, but why is this special, my cats and kittens? They will ask that question, it's just politics and it's just blah, blah, blah. And it's more than that, my cats and kittens. Bone Doggie, your humble narrator, reads the paper every day, and that could be a story into itself because I don't actually pick up a newspaper. Actually, what I do is I access it online just about like everybody else does. But I read papers from all over the world. I read the Jerusalem Post. I read Pravda, several papers that come from, Turkey and the other parts of the Middle East. This country, my cats and kittens, we have the right to vote. It is incumbent on us, and we can do it freely and publicly. There are a lot of places out there in this big old wide world that you cannot do that. And I think a lot of people do not understand that fact. They do not understand the fact that in some places in this world, my cats and kittens, it is bloody dangerous to go out and make your voice heard on who you want to be the leader of your country. I remember the elections they had back, I guess it was about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer. I don't know. Time is an illusion. But I remember the elections that they had in Iran where, you went, you voted, and what they did is they painted your thumb purple. That was a symbol that you actually went in and voted. Now, we all know about Iran, and we know how that country is run by the mullahs and everything like that. But the thing is, those people did get to have their voice heard, and what it was a spark. Especially for a place like that, it was a spark, it was the beginning for them. We in this country have been voting every 4 years since, the Declaration of Independence, the Founding Fathers and all of that for a good 200 and plus years. And I think that at times we take it for granted, the fact that we can actually do this, and another enigma to me is that politics has been made basically into a spectator sport, mostly by the media. There are people out there that literally make their living commenting on politics, and whether it's the left or the right, or, it doesn't matter. The fact is that the face of politics has become a media spectacle, basically, that sometimes I think covers up the underlying idea of what the whole process is about and what actually walking into a voting booth really means in real life, honest to goodness, life terms. You could take all the punditry and throw it out the window. You could throw the Rush Limbaughs out the window, and you could throw the Alan Combs out the window. Everybody on either side, the extremes either side, and even sometimes in the extreme middle. And you could throw all that away and sit back and look at the situation and say, this is a vote. I am voting in a free country to choose who I want to lead this country. And I can't emphasize this enough. This is special. Even in this modern age, the idea that of just being able to do that and being able to exercise your right as a citizen of a country is a special thing. Now, a lot of you people out there, a lot of my cats and kittens out there say, and I've heard them say it, my vote doesn't mean anything. That is wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Every vote means something, because if you lose your right to vote, then I lose my right to vote. And if I lose my right to vote, then somebody else loses their right to vote. Pretty soon, none of us have got a right to vote. So, what I'm saying here, my cats and kittens, in this little rant here, is that we need to get out and vote, even if we don't like either candidate. No candidate is ever going to be the end all and be all. We thought we had one 4 years ago. At least that's the way it was presented by this modern media, is that we had a candidate who was, for lack of a better term, the Messiah. And that turned out to not be true, because nobody, my cats and kittens, is going to be a Messiah. Now, the election in 2008, my cats and kittens, was a very, very special thing, man. It was an awesome thing to see a black president. I'm just going to be honest. I don't get into politics a whole lot, but I'm going to tell you this from my heart. I waited all my life to see a black president, and that was one of two on my bucket list. You know, and the other is, I would love to see a president that wasn't necessarily a lawyer. You know, I've got to be honest with you. I've always wondered what it would be like to have a businessman in the White House running around with all those lawyers and looking at things from a more capitalistic point of view. Now, we've got two guys that are running for president that have two totally different ideologies. And I, for one, think that is brilliant. You're not going to have somebody that you believe 100%, my cats and kittens, but you do have two different camps out there, and you do have two different ideologies as to how this country is to be run, and that's the choice that you have. It doesn't matter whether you are supporting Barack Obama or Mitt Romney. The fact that you could indeed support either Barack Obama or Mitt Romney, that's a special thing. That is a marvelous thing, my cats and kittens. That's an American thing. Before this country come along, this whole process of politics and electoral politics never really existed anywhere. The Greeks tried it, you know, for a little while. The British eventually come around to a parliamentary system of doing things, you know, but they still have a monarchy, which is mostly ceremonial, but there are some trappings in there. But the experiment that was the United States of America 200 years ago started with some incredibly brilliant people that understood that civilizations and societies evolve over time. And what they did was they set up a system of government that could survive all of the social changes and all the civic changes and even all of the lifestyle changes, but it would not necessarily have to change the fundamental ideas of liberty and freedom. That's what we are a part of right now. And that's why it is so important for us to exercise our right as a citizen to go out and pull that lever, as they used to do back when I was a kid, and you know, to go out and make your voice heard. You may not think that your voice is being heard, but the fact that we can still do it is what's special, and what is, my cats and kittens, very, very precious. We never can let that go. We can never let that go. We have got to keep that.